As promised, I'm going to do the TikTok method. I have moisturized my face. I have serum, then moisturizer, an eye cream, and then oil on top of that. And I'm going to start with, man, I got it all out, and then I must have put back my eye. Okay, so I'm using the Shadow Sense Candlelight on my eyelids. This is like my eye makeup is my go-to. It's what I use. Well, I was using almost every day until 2020 decided it was into no makeup. I did this basically every day that I was in London and Paris, and I was very pleased with the way that it looked in photographs. So it kind of became, I stopped doing anything else. All right, now I'm gonna put eyeliner on. I'm using the MAC felt liner. There's no way around. I'm gonna have to look in the mirror. I can't. And you'll. People ask me what's the secret to getting a nice wing, and the answer is always practice. So I start, I do the eye, and then I sort of lift it upwards, and then I'm gonna pull down this eyelid, and I'm going to attach the two. And then I'm gonna keep messing with it till I get a line that I like, and I fill it to the width that I want. I like a nice big wing, dramatic, just like me. Let's see if I can do the other eye a little easier with the camera rather than having to look at the mirror because of the location. So you can see I'm holding my eyelid down by my lashes, getting all the way in, filling in any gaps. See, it's a little off, and I'm gonna have to. I got a little under my eye. That was from my fingers, though, from the other hand, and not from the bleed. You can see. Fill it out a little bit more. They're not even. Almost. Okay, so it's a big, bold look, and the eyeliner is not for everybody. So normally I would like thin this one out, but you probably don't want to watch me spend an hour. It won't take an hour. I would say that my eyeliner takes me about 2 minutes on a daily basis. You can see what I just see now they're more even. So what? That took it took 2 minutes. That's how long it takes. Okay. So my mascara, again, Lashcraft by Sephora. It's cheap. It's $12. Comes in a travel size, which is great. For traveling, I do the individual strands first, and then I go back and I do broader strokes. I don't curl my eyelashes. There's not a great reason why I don't. I have pretty long eyelashes. I don't feel like it makes a huge difference on mine. There's some people that really swear by it and don't have longer lashes, and it helps. But I used to use the Rodan & Fields Lash Boost, but then a bunch of people went blind over it, and there's a big lawsuit, so I don't use it anymore. There's another one, Glam Lash. I have it here. What's it called? Grande Lash. I don't know if that's any safer. I mean, it's one of those things. The problem is you can't put it on and then like just fall asleep, because then your eyes like sort of, it gets in your eyes. You have to like lie awake for a little while. then I don't sleep, so it was never really an issue. But okay, eyes are done. Now to the weird TikTok method. You start with your powder. You're essentially doing it in reverse. And I'm going to take my big powder brush and I'm going to put it all over my face. And you'll be able to see me cover up my rosacea. I've got a lot of it right now. Not a lot, but a mediocre amount because of the dermaplaning. Over the weekend, dermaplaning is using a little razor to shave all the peach fuzz and dirt and stuff off of your face. My skin doesn't like it, but it has good results later on. So, okay, I've got powder everywhere. What am I using? I'm using the Laura Mercier. I also like the Fenty. It's got colors. This one's not. This one's translucent. Okay, then you use the setting spray before you do anything else, and it's weird. Setting spray is supposed to set, but this works. This is Deslick by Urban Decay. All Nighter's good too, but I like Deslick. Okay, now I'm putting your primer on over top of that. This is Prime Time by Bare Minerals. It's got the SPF in it. It's one of the only ways SPF sunscreens that I found that doesn't bother my super, super, super sensitive skin. All right. Okay, I can tell that my child's about to walk in here and say something to me. Nope, maybe not. Okay. All right, now we're putting on the foundation. I am using Tarte Double Duty Shape Tape. This is an annoying foundation because you can only purchase it on Tarte's website. I will say the colors are similar to what you can get at ones that you can buy at Sephora or Ulta. So I would figure out what color. I mean, this foundation is unbelievably good. I never have to really touch up my makeup with this stuff. I wore it all over Paris. I wore it all over London. I wear it on a daily basis, or I was wearing it on a daily basis. I don't know why they don't sell it in other stores. They did recently change the packaging because people didn't like that weird applicator you saw me use. I hated it first, but I've come to love it because it just puts the perfect amount of product on your face. Okay, I've wet my Beauty Blender, and now I'm going to use it to blend in this. Now, because there's powder underneath, it blends a little differently than it would if it was just gliding over primer and the oil that's on the top surface. But you can see that it's not shiny, it's very matte. This formula is, I don't know, somewhere in between. It's the matte formula they have, or I should say it's not the dewy formula, they have a separate dewy formula. But see how it's just like sitting in there perfectly? All right, now we're moving on to concealer. Here we are with my Boing, my Benefit Cakeless Boing. I use number 5 under my eyes to highlight and contour with. And again, we're going to do a nice big triangle and not just whatever. You were probably taught to do that, but I don't do that. You want to draw, you want to highlight, lighten up this whole area under your eyes. It'll give your face more dimension. Okay, now we're going to take Beauty Blender again. I'm going to blend it. So I hear mixed things about people who were taught to do their eye makeup last or their eye makeup first. I want my mascara dry before I start messing around underneath my eyes, because if I put it on, it might come. Okay, I got text by the child instead of an interruption. Okay, so here we go. It's yeah, if you put on mascara, it'll get in the concealer after you mess up, and then you have to fix your concealer. Okay, this side needs more work because of the rosacea, and I tend to come back in and get a little more credence to my. I didn't depuff this morning. I didn't use my roller. I was in a hurry because of homeschooling my distance learning child with a poem today. My very right brain child had to write a creative poem. Okay, I've recently purchased the Boing in number 10 to use as a bronzer highlighter. I'm going to swipe it just under my cheekbones. I'm going to put a few dots here on my temples. I'm going to do a line, a light line on either side of my nose. I'm going to hit my jawbone. I'm going to use the same blender to put that in the cheekbone and the jawline. Oh, and I realized I didn't ever blend under my neck. It's long fine. And I get this guy here. Keep blending. I like the Beauty Blender. I'm not one of the, you can see that I'm changing which, if I use the bottom or the side or the tip. I just, however my face is contouring, I do that. Okay, so now I've got, you can see there's a little more sculpting there. Okay. All right. Next, I'm going to put my blush on. I'm going to skip that for a second and show you how I usually do with my lip scents. I'm going to use the Habanero, which is what I used. It's from the Fiesta collection of lip scents. I only use lip scents anymore. And I'm going to do a layer. Okay, then I'm going to let that dry. And while it dries, I'm going to do my blush. Okay, so it's the MAC. It's the Lovejoy Mineralized Brush. This is my absolute favorite blush. It's going on the cheeks and swiping backwards. And now you can see how that under eye from that triangle that we did, the two are working together beautifully. Probably not going to use, I don't even feel like I need a highlighter, but I might throw some on just so you can see the difference. Okay, now I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my second round of lip scents. I love their reds. They keep coming out with new reds. It's killing me, but I love Red Lipstick almost as much as Taylor Swift. Okay, eyebrows. I am using the Browsing, sorry. This is number 5. This is on its way out. Tape sculpted eyebrows is definitely on its way out. But I'm never gonna just go back to doing nothing to my eyebrows. Now the thing is to use a glycerin soap and do what's called an up brush. I am not gonna completely sculpt them the way I used to. I'm just gonna sort of fill them in, shape them out a little bit. It has 2 sides. It has like a creamy side and then a powdery side, so that you sort of set it with powder. And now that I have zoomed real close in on my face, I can see that I am not fully blended into my upper eye. So I'm gonna get that in there. And there we go. Now it's in there. Yeah, got that. Okay, so now my brows, you can see. Oh, and I literally just broke my little brow brush. Oh, that's so sad. I'll fix it later. All right, last layer of the lip scents. So it's 3 layers. I do the top, or the bottom rather. I do the top, then the other side of the okay, now I'm gonna wait for it to Magic Leather to dry before I put the gloss on, and I am gonna grab the, I don't know how you pronounce this, Ciate. It's got a little thing that's the Spanish thing, not the umlauty thing. Dewy stick. I'm just gonna come in here and get a little bit up in here. Get a little bit up in here. I might hit the bridge of my nose. I might go right up in here. I'm gonna hit a little bit up in here. Just a little blend it with my finger. See, now you can see it's a little more glow there. And then I'm gonna use the Fiesta gloss that came in that same set. And that's it. I'm done. 15 minutes. How about that? Ask me any questions you have.